time for the Loco Sports Lowdown. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, and Max Araj.
Hey, Loco sports fans, switching you up tonight. Max is with me. Wes is coming along shortly. Justin Jarrett and Max Araj with you for a Wednesday night edition of the Loco Sports Lowdown. Not a real busy night in the Loco, but quite a bit of action and a lot of Loco on Loco action. And we got a ticker with the scores from tonight, and we'll run down the action for you tonight. We'll talk about some other stuff, whatever we want to talk about for a little bit, and then we'll go to bed. So that's the plan for tonight. A couple big basketball games on tap tonight, Loco and Loco. Beaufort beats Whale Branch 50-45, and a really good girls game was on Beaufort's own. We'll check out the highlights in a bit. JP2 holds off Hilton Head Prep 70-62. Big second half charge from the Dolphins came up short. Whale Branch boys beat Beaufort 48-41, and Hilton Head Prep boys with a 58-42 win over JP2 to even the score with JP2. We'll get into that later, but big rally for Hilton Head Prep in the second half. And then the wrestling over at Battery Creek, we had a quad, the battle for Beaufort, and Battery Creek came out on top. They went 3-0. They beat JP2, Bridges Prep, and Whale Branch. JP2 went 2-1 with just the loss to Creek. Knocked out Bridges, and what I don't know what the score was, but that should have been a pretty competitive match. I was interested to see how that went, and Bridges with the win over Whale Branch. So we got some wrestling in the books. We got some basketball in the books tonight. That JP2 Hilton Head Prep game, very interesting. But before I get to that, Mickelson Law Firm, our presenting sponsor tonight, our all-star sponsor and our original sponsor. They've been with Loco Sports since the beginning in 2017 and been supporting us ever since. We love what they do for local sports in the community, and we're proud to have them as a sponsor of Loco Sports. Big supporter. We're big fans. Mickelson Law Firm can help you with all your legal needs. They're our official real estate closing attorney and presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. So Hilton Head Prep lost to JP2 47-46 a few days ago. Kind of sent shockwaves. And then they went out tonight. JP2 was up 32-21 at halftime. It looked like they were in control. They held Hilton Head Prep to 8 points in the second quarter. Hilton Head Prep scored 37 in the third quarter, 37-10. They end up winning at 58-42.
Wow.
So crazy game. They made 9 threes. Harpering finished with 22. Also had 6 boards, 3 assists, 4 steals. Really nice line. Connor Campbell had 11 points. Billy Barron had 4. 12. Sorry, I said 4 field goals. I thought it was going to be 4 3-pointers because he had 12 points, but only 3 3-pointers or 3 3-pointers. And then Brendan Moore also hit 3 3-pointers for 9 points. So they got hot from behind the arc and got it going in the second half. So that's a nice win for them. That was the biggest shocker. Not really a shocker, I guess, but the kind of highlight game of the night.
Yeah, I mean, look, Prep's one of the best in the area when it comes to adjusting a game plan. You know, they've done it so well for the last few years, and it's part of what makes them a really solid, basketball team and program. That coaching staff knows how to make adjustments, and they did it tonight. They figured out JP2 and how to, beat them. Oh, Wes tried to get in. Looks like he's not ready yet, but. I think, look, JP2's got a great boys basketball team. I think there he is. I think we'll continue to see both Hilton Head Prep and JP2, excel when it comes to region play. I think JP2 is one of those teams, like I've said, keep an eye on because they're a solid team. Look, they've had 2 good games against Prep. And I think, as the season continues, we'll see how JP2 does and see if they can figure out ways to make adjustments during the game and be able to, have an advantage. But that's a great win by Prep. It's what they do best, make adjustments at halftime or, during the game. They'll find a way to make an adjustment, and that adjustment most of the time for them works out pretty well for them. So that's a good win by Hilton at Prep, and I'm intrigued to see how both teams do as the season continues.
Indeed, we welcome in Wes Kerr. What happened to Wes Kerr?
He must be having internet gremlins tonight.
He was here. He's getting gremlined. He's frozen in the green room now, so I don't know what's going on with Wes. Oh wait, did he just come back? You there, Wes?
No.
I thought I saw his ghost moving over there, but he seems to be still having some issues over there. But we'll see if Wes can join us here. But nice win for Hilton at Prep. Nice win for the Beaufort High girls who have had a murderer's row. Thought they would have a little bit easier time tonight against Whale Branch, but hey, this Whale Branch team is game. They brought it tonight. Had a really tough back and forth battle on Beaufort's own. You see here picking it up near halftime, 23-17 Beaufort, and they ended up winning this game by just 5 points. It was a really good battle. Beaufort, we've talked about a lot on Sunday night because Rob is really high on a couple of their young players, and I think that's Nia Hayward bringing it up there. Or that may be her letting it fly. Woo! Beaufort's got some good young players, some good young talent, as well as some good veteran players. They've played a murderer's row schedule, 3 top opponents in Class 5A Division I coming out of the gates. But you see, they got some shooters. That girl can knock it down.
You talk about murderer's row, but I think that's a good thing for Beaufort High School. I think it's a great thing for them because if they somehow make the playoffs this year, I think
got a good shot in that region. I think. Ooh, banked it.
I do too. From what I'm seeing in this, I think they have a decent shot. Whale Branch is a solid team too. They've looking pretty good here. They're not,
Yeah, they had a couple of really down years, but it looks like they've got a couple of kids who can go now.
Which would be great for them. I think, especially in their region play, I think they'll be a team to keep an eye on as well. Look, this Beaufort team, like you said, murderous row to start the season off, playing some highly ranked 5A Division I teams, that's pretty. If that's not murderous row, I don't know what is. But
yeah, absolutely. I'm a little concerned they only beat Whale Branch by 5 because Whale Branch lost to Battery Creek by 10. It's not.
Yeah, but
I know you can't play that game. I know you can't really play that game, but
yeah, I think this Beaufort team needs a couple days off, to get fully rested after the games that they have played over the last couple weeks. I think that's part of it. I think they've even despite the 5-point win, I'm sure they're exhausted at this point from all the games that they have played over the last week and a half. So I mean, I think when it settles down for them, I think they're going to be a team to really watch because I think they have some real good talent on that team. And we're seeing it right here through the Beaufort's own highlights. This team, they know how to move the ball. That's the other thing.
What a look. Oh, that was nasty.
That's the other thing. You move the
Wes
ball
is ready to try to join us, but his camera's not working. Let's see if we can get him in. What's up, buddy?
How's it going? I'm having some technical computer issues.
Hey, man.
I'm having some technical computer issues today, but coming right now from my iPhone, so I'm trying to at least join here tonight. But
10-4.
Love the competitiveness that we're seeing from Whale Branch right here. Tight one with Beaufort High, and kind of like what you were saying earlier, Jeremy Huff he's always got some talented guys. He always got.
Well, this is the girls. This is the girls.
This is
the girls here.
Okay, this is the girls. Well, same thing for the girls. They've been growing. They've been growing this last couple of seasons, especially last year. Thought they hit their strides throughout like that latter part of the year, and I'd like to see what they've had because they had a couple good years when Layla Warren was there a few years back, but they're trying to rebuild that town, rebuild that level, and so maybe this year will be that season where they really start to take off again. But good to see them compete. Whale Branch never can count those ladies out as well. Another team that's really trying to find their footing again. Yeah, pretty solid. 47-43, tight one.
Yeah, final ends up being 50-45 in favor of Beaufort. So a pretty good battle over on Ladies Island tonight. Whale Branch is game. They're gonna be fun. Look at Reggie. Reggie was loving that. We'll get the boys highlights up here as well as we go along. But good win for Beaufort girls after playing a really tough schedule. And here come the boys highlights with Peep D's. Nice win for Whale Branch tonight over Beaufort High boys, 48-41. Checking out the highlights from Beaufort's own, our friends, Tristan Roberts. Great job on the call tonight. I love hearing him call a game. That's a great job. In fact, we should listen to him.
Oh, nice. Bean and Kevin Libby checking in the chat. Shout out to Bean and Kevin Libby. Bombs for 3. No good.
Kevin Libby checking
Rebound
in on
there by
chat.
Evans. Evans has the outlet to Fields. Back to Evans.
Woo!
And a layup there.
Oh.
That's here. Kevin Jenkins recovers. So would have been a good find.
Yeah, of course.
Had a nice little lane right there. Quincy Fields wide open for 3.
Oh, Quincy Fields.
Fields
He's been stroking it for Whale Branch boys. You know, they had that tough loss
pass
to
here,
Bridges.
Prayer in the corner.
Otherwise, they're
Fields
off
guarding
to a really solid
Prayer gets
start.
trapped.
And that was a close game.
Pass out the Bond. Step back
Against
3.
number 5 team.
Bang!
Oh, Mari Bond.
Very
Let me
nice.
see Mari Bond.
Manny Hampton on the court for high as well. Hernandez hits Bonds in the corner. Bonds wide open. 3. Bang!
Is that the same one?
3.
Did
Bang!
we get that one? Oh, we got that one like 3 times.
Just gonna see this over here and corner 3. Bonds is 2 for 3 so far. Miscommunication there. Broxton with a layup and it's good.
Ooh,
It's good.
that's Broxton.
Just barely gets it over the outstretched arms of Manny Hampton.
I didn't realize Broxton was that long.
And
I knew
Cleckley
he was big. I didn't realize he was.
trying to find something past the Hampton in the paint. Good pass there by Hampton. Point game. Cleckley bringing the ball up.
I'm glad basketball season's here, boys.
Hernandez.
I'm feeling the juices right now.
Back
Me
to
too,
Cleckley.
man.
Yeah, this is
fun being in the
start right
gym.
here.
Game Bonds wide open 3. One more time. Bang!
Oh,
Bonds.
Samari Bonds.
That man.
Bonds making some moves. Hits Hernandez in the corner. Hernandez kicks it back out to
Samari
Bonds. Check one more time. Bang! Good. This is now a 4-point game here for Whale Branch. Cleckley making some moves. Prayer fakes the 3, drives in. Layup is good. Prayer with 2 Fields. Jordan Fields behind the back. Nice move. Looking for somebody. Hits Kevin Jenkins. Trying to go to work here. Layup misses. Just close. Kevin Jenkins another steal though. Hits Aaron Fields. Layup is good.
How many fields they got?
Jordan Fields on Austin.
I've heard Quincy,
and
Jordan,
rebound here
Aaron
by
so
Kevin
far.
Jenkins.
I think there's at
Aaron
least
Fields pushing
3
it down
fields.
forward to Jordan Fields. Jordan Fields for 3. And it's good.
Oh, this is a fun one, boys. Tristan and Javon had a good time over on the Isle of Ladies.
Inbound here lost by Jordan Fields. Cleckley one-on-one with him. Layup up and in.
Cleckley's back. Cleckley's fun with
Fields
guard.
hits Broxton up court.
Oh,
Fields,
what
nice
a
pass
look.
to Evans. Fields just misses it, but Broxton there to clean up his mess.
So it's interesting to see what the second half is going to look like.
That's Isaiah Evans, South Carolina State football signing.
Of the second quarter, all into half. You know, the rest of this comeback with him on the bench, already in foul trouble, 3 fouls already.
Large team. Nice, kid. Nah, I didn't get it. I just watch highlights with y'all boys all night. It's fun.
It really is.
Prayer hits Cleckley. Great bucket
I love
there
a good
by
inbounds play.
It's Jenkins in the corner. Hits Evans. Evans hits Broxton in the paint.
Broxton.
Layup by Broxton. No good. A rebound by Bonds. He's going to slow the pace down.
This looks like
a tempo there to Prayer. Blocked by Jenkins. Jenkins and
looks
Evans
like a
talking
pretty classic
about
Jeremiah
something
favorite
offensive.
team for Whale Branch right
Jenkins
now.
for 3. No good.
He could
Rebound by
take it or leave
Hernandez.
it with
Cleckley
the
down court. Wide open layup.
5 out and
Layup is
score.
good. Layup.
He likes a nice big
Layup
too.
is good.
I like the way they throw
Pass
it inside.
into Evans
Almost every
finally
possession.
gets one in. Good.
Oh, we're getting a replay.
Pass into Evans. Nice Evans finally gets one in.
I think everybody on that team is named
Collecting down court again.
Oh, there's Eddie Gonzalez, former BA player out there for Whale Branch.
Oh, yeah.
3.
That's going to be Evans' third one.
I guess that was just Eddie Gonzalez appearance. That was that highlight.
Hernandez gets a lane in. Floater's good. Goes up with a scoop layup. No good.
Good floater.
Fields gets it back. Back to the other Fields. Blocked by Isnar.
Oh, Isnar.
Prayer pushing it down court. Prayer with a nice layup.
That's a great finish.
Quincy is ripped.
Right.
God, look at him. Look at him
Pass
go.
Stolen by Travis Johnson. Back to Quincy Fields. Layup
there
is good. And one. Count it.
Boy, this is a fun game.
No good. Rattles
Real
out.
Good game.
Quincy with the rebound. Gonzalez trying to slow the pace down.
I like these condensed games we get from Buford Zone. Watch the whole game in 10 minutes.
Brown blocked by Prayer. And here by Evans.
I don't know why more people aren't watching this with us. It's fun.
Evans makes both people jump. Kevin Jenkins with the left-handed lay is good.
Toss is good down there distributing it out of the post. I like it. I like this Whale Branch team.
I do too. They're
Pass
fun to watch.
out to Jenkins.
Oh, yeah.
Layup there by
They're
Jenkins.
always fun. Favorite teams are always fun. Look at him. He's going crazy. Like purple shirt on.
Jenkins with the layup. No good. Try to finish
with
the left. Wasn't able to get the finger roll in.
Shirts.
Bonds coming down court here. Nice move. Pass to Hampton. Great finish.
Good ball movement. Beautiful.
Pass back to Evans.
There's been a little sloppiness, but both these teams look fairly crisp for early season.
It's Broxton on the wing. Broxton drives in. Layup is good. Strong out. Aaron Fields with the rebound. Now he's pushing the pace. Fields goes up for the layup. No good. Rebound by Hampton. Oh. Bad collision there. Bonds goes for the layup. Good and one. No dunk.
No dunk.
Fleckley has it back. Tries to finesse it. No good, and a rebound by Fields.
I don't know how many Samari had in there, but it seems like it was a bunch.
I knew it. Good. Tipped out to Morgan.
Buford's got to get a rebound here. That's like 5 rebounds in a row in this offensive possession here for the Warriors.
Evans pump fakes the shot. There to Fields, and it's good. Buford not playing aggressive here. Trying to get a steal. Miscommunication there. Broxton wasn't ready for the pass. Evans has it. Pass to Fields in the corner. Fields in the middle. Good. 2 for.
Get to the final moments. Airball the first free throw there.
Well, Bonds, I don't know what happened. He hasn't been able to find the look from 3 anymore, and it's a lane violation, and it's points not gonna count.
Patton Oswalt with the ball. That's what I call him. I have nicknames for all that. They don't know. Last night at the Ville, we had Too Tall, Lil Mars.
Down there to Evans. Evans has the ankle. Swatted. But it's good.
And there's from Buford to
Good stuff. Buford stuff.
It's outstanding stuff. I don't know what they got up next at Buford Zone. I don't see any upcoming streams yet, but be on the lookout. I would guess we'll see them Friday night for Battery Creek Whale Branch.
Yeah,
that probably would be
there.
Safe bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a safe bet.
I think so. Well, hey, the MVP sponsors of LowcoSports. We've got our apparel sponsor, Base Hit Life, where you can get all kinds of cool baseball and softball themed apparel, plus other cool stuff. Calm Your Mitts hoodie, just like Max. If you want to be like Max, you can get that very hoodie from Base Hit Life at basehitlife.com and live your best base hit life. They've got other cool stuff too, but the hoodies are the best, in my opinion. Big fan of the hoodies. We've also got Homegrown Home Inspections, best home inspectors in the Lowco. If you're buying a home, you've got to have them check it out first. And if you're building a new home, you got to have that phased inspection where they check on it every step of the way and make sure it's built right with homegrown home inspections. Hospice Care of the Low Country is the place to go when you or a loved one are at the end of life. You've got palliative care, you've got hospice care, free grief counseling, all kinds of great things that they offer for folks at Hospice Care of the Low Country, where it's not about dying, it's about living. And the USCB Center for Low Country Hospitality Education has all kinds of great programs, including the Bluffton Ambassadors and Island Ambassadors programs, where you can learn all about the place where you live, the history, the culture, what makes it great, and become an ambassador for the Loco through the USCB Center for Low Country Hospitality Education. Those are MVP sponsors. So we had a little wrestling tonight. I was going to see if Coach Rutherford could join us, but it looks like he's not going to make it back in time. But nice night for Battery Creek. They went 3-0 tonight, beat the area rivals. Didn't have Beaufort High in there, so it wasn't a full battle for Beaufort, but pretty close to it. And Battery Creek with the coming out on top tonight. Don't have a lot of details yet, but that's a good sign for them. Good sign for JP2, knocking out Bridges. I think that's a nice win for them as that program continues to grow. They're struggling for numbers at the middle school level right now, so I hope they can pick that up. But their high school numbers are solid, and they've got a couple really good guys. Jack Hannigan and Daniel Snyder have really put in work and gotten really good, and then they've got some other dudes who are pretty tough as well. So looking forward to seeing everybody pretty much this weekend out at the Low Country Championships out at Hilton Head High. Yeah, that should be a good time.
Could be a fun day of wrestling, be a fun day of basketball over there at Hilton Prep on Saturday. So a lot to be excited about at the on the island. But that's what a great event, great opportunity for us is just to see all that is out there for wrestling around your loco, and to be for these kids to be a chance to be crowned county or Low Country, Beaufort County, Jasper Hampton County champion. It's an awesome event to really kick off wrestling season, and just to have that full all loco style event is kind of cool. It kind of gives you a preview of who are going to be the big threats to produce this year, and you get the landscape of where these teams and wrestlers are. It's a nice way to kick off the year, and always a good time. They run the events well. They normally have some food trucks and other things going on over there at the Nest.
Yeah, man. It should be really cool. It's going to be a great event. It was terrific last year, and it should be even better this year because they learned from the little hiccups and things like that first time around. So should be a really strong event. I see they're already starting to get some kids registered. I see Hardyville's registered,
nice.
Middle's registered, Bridges Prep's registered. So I know pretty much everybody's coming as far as I know in the area. I think Colleton County backed out, and I think JP2 is going somewhere else as well. They're going to Hammond, I think, for Hammond or Heathwood, one or the other for duels. But most everyone else should be there. So it should be cool and great opportunity because they do the JV division, they do an all-girls division, and they do middle school and high school. So it just gets a ton of kids matches right here at home, and it's total immersion, right? Like the kids, especially the kids who are new to the sport, it's awesome for them to just be in the gym all day, just watching wrestling all day and seeing what it actually looks like in real life, and experiencing it themselves. And then they go back to the practice room and they have a whole different kind of energy because they're like, oh, I get it now. Like I understand what's going on now. I see what I need to do. I see why you're saying what you're saying. And it all starts to click. So we had a great practice at McCracken today. The humbling aspect of the sport where you get your butt kicked a couple of times, it gets your attention and you're like, I need to get good at this so I don't keep getting beat. And sometimes in a team sport that gets covered up a little bit, like you can underperform, but it's absorbed by the whole team, but there's just nowhere else to look. There's no one else to point to. It's you against that person. We weighed to make sure it was fair. So There's no excuse, It's just it was you against them, and you either did it or you didn't. That's a great thing for a lot of kids, and just a good life lesson, really.
Yep.
Sometimes you give it your all, and it's not enough, and that's okay. You just try to get better for the next time. So, anyway, what else you boys want to talk about tonight? That's about all we had on the docket.
We had Hilton Prep taking on JP2.
Yeah. You weren't with us when we first talked about that, but a couple of interesting results there. JP2, I was told, was up big in the girls' game at halftime, but it ended up an 8-point game. So not sure exactly, how that came to pass. But with the boys' game, very interesting. JP2 was up 11 at half, 32-21. And then Hilton Head Prep outscored them 37-10 in the third quarter and ended up winning pretty comfortably. What was it? It's on the bottom of our screen if you have that patience. 58-42. Fairly comfortable win after being down 11 at half. So crazy swing in the second half. I guess it was 37-10 in the entire second half. The box score was weird, but yeah. So craziness.
Yeah. This Hilton Prep team, I feel, is gonna get even better as we get towards the end of the month and into the new year. With the addition of, I'm looking forward to seeing them a lot this weekend. I'll be there for Hilton Christian Academy matchup on Friday. Then again, as they face off with I believe Bluffton. Who do they play Saturday?
Let's see. Hilton Head Christian plays. Oh, who plays? Hilton Head Prep plays Bluffton on Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep.
Yeah,
that should be a really good one.
Should be.
Yeah, especially that guys' game. But the girls' game should be good as well. I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I like the way Bluffton's girls played against Ridgeland and Hilton. Of course, Courtney Campbell. You got her, and you got some other players there. I'd like to see what they have. Like see what they have this year. So, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen in either of those two games. Especially the guys' game should be great.
Yeah, should be. What else we can do? We can dip back into last night's results a little bit because there were a few games we did not have finals for yet when we were on last night, and we do now. So here's last night's slate. In case you missed anything here, on the girls' side, Battery Creek taking on the chin against Bishop England, who looks like they'll be one of the top contenders in the region, Region 6-4A, that is. Bluffton, big win over Ridgeland. Stratford beat Colleton County. May River stayed undefeated at St. Vincent's. Hilton Head with a really nice 20-point win at Woodville Tompkins. Hampton County blanked Hardyville. We don't want to talk about it. Liberty County overcrossed by 2. I didn't see a final yet on that Hilton Head Christian Academy Savannah Country Day game. Patrick Henry over. Did you have that one?
Let me check real quick. I think I did. Let me check real quick.
I had not seen it earlier in the day, but it could be up by now. It is 54-36 Savannah Country Day. I knew they won. I didn't know what the score was. So there you go. Real-time update. Patrick Henry over St. John's, Carleton Prep over Calhoun, and the Savannah Jaguars over Holy Trinity by 1. Battery Creek's boys poured it on against Bishop England. That's impressive to me, but not as much as Bluffton poured it on Ridgeland. 91-40.
Wow.
Big win there.
Wow.
Colleton County by 3 over Stratford. Colleton County's pretty tough as well. Hampton 50 burger over Hardyville. 50 Patrick Henry with a nice comeback win at St. John's Christian. Hilton Head, a great win at Woodville Tompkins. Savannah Country Day blew out HHCA by 30, and Calhoun took down Carleton Prep by 13 last night. So, anything jump out at you there, boys?
Yeah, that Hilton Head win was nice over Woodville Tompkins.
Yeah,
good to see that for Shane.
Both of them.
Yeah.
But that Bluff Pip 91, I saw that first half, and man, they were lighting up last night. And Harry Skinner was doing the majority of it. But Brandon White, he was super athletic and was throwing it down.
Gosh.
He was getting the crowd hyped. You saw some of his highlights last night, but there were some crazy baskets. There was a circus
It's not
one on a 4-point play. Like it was just, man, if that's a sign for what's to come at Bluffton, it could be an exciting year over there. And I would love to see that for Brady Sacha.
Agreed. Absolutely agree. And Richland's not a terrible team either. I mean, I don't think they have the talent to go up to par with Bluffton, but they're not a terrible basketball team. So that's a really strong win for Bluffton. That Battery Creek is the one that shocks me the most. Battery Creek over Bishop England, 69-41. That's what you want to see from Battery Creek, because I don't know what Bishop England looks like this year. So I guess we'll find out when region play really gets into high gear, and we'll kind of get an idea of it. But that win for Battery Creek is pretty big, and that's impressive to see, and it should be exciting for.
I didn't mean to have sound on that, but I was queuing up a video as you guys were talking about Brandon White from Bluffton, because this dunk,
dude's amazing.
This dunk
fantastic.
is crazy work. Look at this one. Throws it up off the glass. Let's go,
man.
Oh, brought the house down. Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, I want to see some of that on Saturday at Prep, man. That's why I'm intrigued to see.
That is high level stuff. Good on Brandon White. That kid is kind of come out of nowhere, but he has been quite the display and terrific athleticism, and you rarely see a player like that around this Bluffton squad. So they got some dudes on that team this year. Fun to watch them. I'm excited to see what they do moving forward against some some tougher competition and moving into that Bobcat Classic right before New Year's. So that should be a great year for the Bobcats basketball side. And don't forget about Carnell Warren; he can make some plays as well.
Oh yeah, Dirty Harry,
Dirty Harry, yeah.
They got playmakers. That's what you want.
They got some ballers. It's going to be.
I'm excited for that Bobcat Classic. I think that's going to be one of the first Bobcat Classics where they have a real.
We don't know who's. It depends on who they got coming in. I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, they always bring in some squads.
Do we know who's on the list yet?
I haven't seen
I don't know. They might be signed up. I'm not sure if they released that.
I'm sure they are, but they usually come.
May have to find out.
In Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia.
Around the southeast.
Florida.
It's
really solid. We're getting a guest, boys. Let me get him a link here. All right. Well, we're getting a guest to talk a little wrestling. Coach Rutherford just getting back. So we'll be able to talk with him a little bit. But yeah, that Battery Creek score is impressive to me. I was going to see if they had some stats posted yet from that game, because you felt like one of these days, one of these years, the work that CJ's been putting in was going to come home to roost. And you see they have some youth on this team. Michael Williams had 20 last night. He's only a sophomore. Taiwan Simmons, who's a sophomore, had 10. Kelvin Willis, a senior, had 10. Ethan Cox, who's somehow still only a junior, he's a really nice big. He had 12. Damian Freeman had 8. So, and then Tyree Smith had 6. So they spread it all around and scored a bunch of points. So that's good to see. I'm encouraged.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 from 3 last night.
Oh.
That'll get it done.
My goodness. Yeah.
That'll get it done.
That'll get the job done for you.
But
fantastic. That's impressive.
We'll hear more about that too, I'm sure, when Coach Rutherford pops in here, because he's Big Creek guy through and through. I'm sure he was in the Palace last night. Were they at home last night for that?
Oh,
it was at Bishop England. Even cooler.
Wow.
They're at the Fighting Bishops. Wow.
Yeah, Battling Bishops.
Yeah. That's not an easy place to win a basketball game either.
No.
I'll also say I'm not ready to concede that region to Bridges Prep.
What, the 2A region? Or is it the 3A?
Yeah, the 2A region boys. I'm not ready to concede it to them. As good as I think they're going to be, I think Whale Branch is going to keep coming for them all season. And I think Hampton
I agree.
has a little more than we thought they might.
Yeah.
Darius Brooks had 18 last night. Andre Williams played really well inside, had 11. Jaquan Solomon had 11. He was on fire.
Yeah,
more.
I can't wait for that. Oh, man, when is that? Hold on.
All those games, Hampton, Bridges, and Whale Branch, that whole round robin is going to be sick.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good. They're all big, fast, physical.
Yeah, they are.
Get out.
Let's check here. So, what are their upcoming games? So they play Beaufort tonight. So they got Battery Creek next. Then they got May River, Battery Creek again, Bluffton, Beaufort. Then on January 7th, they play at Bridges Prep.
Whale Branch at Bridges?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I believe that one is queued up for WHHI.
I would think so. That'd be a really good one to.
Actually, they don't have that one on the schedule yet. They have.
Do you have
Hilton Head Christian, Bluffton at May River at Beaufort, and Beaufort at Hilton Head on the schedule for now. But we'll see what else they get. But we do have a guest in our midst. Before we get to him, let's shout out some sponsors real quick because I'm due to shout out the varsity sponsors. DDS Web Design builds, hosts, and maintains websites for businesses and nonprofits. So if you want to get found online so you can do more and think bigger, go to ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group serves legal needs across Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties and helps us shine a light on the Lowco frontier and tell you about great teams and student athletes out there. So call on them for your legal needs. Dr. Ambrose Cole is our official chiropractor. You can find him at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton, and he'll get you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. And our official wrestling sponsor is Reverence Wrestling Club in Bluffton, the place to go if you want to take your skills on the mat to the next level. They're the official sponsor of the Lowco Grind, and they present tonight's guest, the coach of the Battery Creek Dolphins, who go 3-0 tonight at the Battle for Beaufort. Coach Rutherford, what's up, buddy?
Hey, guys. Sorry,
Big
I'm
night,
a little
huh?
late. We just got back. Yeah, Stash is coming in for opening season.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, Stash is looking good. I thought you were holding up a trophy for a second there. I thought we had a Battle for Beaufort trophy.
Hey, dude, that is a trophy.
Yeah, you got to.
Don't worry. It's in the hands of Coach Rutherford. It's a trophy.
Your voice is your trophy right now, your raspy voice from all the yelling. But 3-0 night tonight against, some Whale Branch usually doesn't have a lot of numbers for a dual lineup necessarily, but they've been recruiting. They got a full lineup now?
They had, like us, a couple of weird forfeits. I think they had a forfeit at like 50 and 13 and filled everything else.
All right. Great.
Wow.
That's outstanding.
Yeah,
they can do some targeted recruiting now.
Well, and it's early on the season, so everyone's got holes in the lineups. So I think everybody tonight had probably 2 to 3 forfeits, but I'm going to tell you what Simmons is doing over there, getting that recruiting. They got some dogs.
Yeah, that's great. I'm excited to see that. They still got a lot of girls out.
They do. They only had, I think, 3 in their lineup tonight, but they probably had. I think they got like 10 girls on their team this year. So
fantastic. That's good to see. Sports growing for sure, and I like what they're doing with the county JV, jamboree things, getting kids more matches. So a lot of good things happening there. Who were your standouts tonight? Who brought you to victory? How close were these matches?
They were real close. I'm going to tell you, Bridges came down to a 39-36 with, back and forth pins. Chavez from Bridges obviously looking out pretty good. One of the big matches of the night was a junior for us, Nate Najjar, and Trevor Jones from Bridges. Back and forth match all the way. Ended up being like a 3-point score at the end. Really tough one. Theo Johnson for us went 3-0 on the night with 2 pins and a minor against Freddie Lautner from Whale Branch. And we had a bunch of young kids. I've got a kid, you might have announced him for football, Najee Wright.
Yeah.
We got a little football player out for us. He's never wrestled before. I think he's been to 4 practices and went 2-1 on the night.
Nice.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Now he's going to think it's easy.
Oh, just an athlete. I mean, really down to the core, a kid who just wants to get after it, wants to get better. We had a lot of young kids step up. We graduated almost an entire senior lineup last year. I think we only had 2-3 seniors in our lineup at all, and only 2 of them even wrestled for us last year. So we're really young and scrappy and fun. I mean, it was pleasantly surprised. Will Branch score ended up being 57-23. Okay. And then John Paul 2, again, another nail biter. I think it ended up being 48-36.
All right.
So, and I know John Paul 2, they beat Bridges and Whale Branch, and then Bridges also beat Whale Branch. So.
Right. John Paul 2, Bridges, I thought would have been a pretty good match. Was that a
It was. I think it came down to like 3 or 6 points at the end.
Wow.
Which, we had to wrestle John Paul 2, so it's us sitting there waiting like, and you love being that person that has to wait for the last match,
Right. Well, and if people are uninitiated and don't understand how team scoring in a dual match works, every match is worth 3, 4, 5, or 6 points, depending on how you win it. So, a match that comes down to 3 or 6 points at the end is literally just one match. The result flipping changes the outcome of the duel.
And I think people don't understand too, like just not getting pinned.
Right.
I mean, that really came down to, us and John Paul 2 was pretty much pin. I mean, when you get scores like that, it gets nerve-wracking.
Yeah, one pin's worth 2 decisions. So.
Yeah, we had a defensive pin tonight, which was crazy. Last match of the night against us versus John Paul 2. Christian Fest, our senior, versus Mercer. I believe he's a senior for John Paul 2. Back and forth match, throws and legs, and Fest is what I call it a backpack.
Yeah.
Rolls, catches, and sticks them. Just a great match. And it's, people, it's funny. I'm talking to parents and stuff, and they're like, is this how all of our matches are going to be? I said, I hope not, because I lost my voice. Hopefully I do less yelling, but,
that mustache will be the only hair left on your head, buddy.
Well, and, I'm taking the hat off and putting the hat back on, and I'm like, oh, this is why my hair gets shorter every week.
Yeah, man. Look at Justin, man. He's done it long enough, dude.
Justin plays baseball. I know how he does that. I
used to have flowing locks before children.
Sure. Yeah.
I did before my kids. When my son was born, it was long. It was still thinning on top, but it was long.
Picture. Just
and it was
get
not
a
great.
picture of him.
I think it needs to be like Loco hairstyle of the week. I think we need to see Coach Powell just won an award for best hair at May River. So, he was fighting George Dixon for best in the Loco. So,
oh goodness! Did you have George on the
hair contest?
Did you have George tonight?
We did. We had George on one mat, and I gotta get the other guy's name. I think his name's Matt. George Dixon's awesome as always. Yeah. He's great with the guys, and it's early on, so there's a lot of mistakes, lining up a little bit wrong, coming out at the wrong time. That's the hard part about like high school. You flip the coin, you got to send, and you're trying to figure out what kid goes where. And George is really good about explaining to kids, hold on, listen to coach. Wait, what does coach say?
He's the best.
Because there's some and the referee will look at the kid, top, bottom, neutral, defer, and some kids are like deer in a headlight, and they're just like, And he's like, how about you look at coach first? Like,
The coach is over there saying something different.
Screaming, no. And he's like, but no, it's a good night.
Top? I think top? No.
I will tell you, John Paul 2's new mat is pretty sharp.
I saw a picture of it, and it was sick.
Yeah, they've got the tapeless mat, which is even cooler.
Yeah.
They've got no big circle. It's all gold in the state of South Carolina, and they got all little cutouts for the rivers. It's pretty sharp.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Over there is doing a great
job.
job.
One of them tapeless mats so bad, bro.
The hard part is they don't last.
Really? I'm tired of rolling up tape on plastic bottles, though.
Or you can be like Creek, and we got a mat that fits our room, and it never leaves. We don't move it. It's cut just to the room. It just sits in the rest of it.
I'm a crack, and we don't have that luxury. We get to drag it out of the closet and roll it out in the cafeteria every day. So,
look, I would take the cafeteria. It's probably triple the size of our room.
It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
No, it's fun.
But it's not ideal.
Now, are you and the boys going to be at the at Hilton Head this weekend?
Oh yeah,
little Lowco grind and on a
Friday.
Yeah,
I'll be out there. I'll be wearing the Kraken shirt with the Hardyville shirt under it or something, so I can.
Look, I'm just gonna start sneaking you some Creek stuff.
What's that?
I think we're gonna have to have wrestling, and whoever wins, you have to wear their stuff.
Oh, okay.
You can't be biased, so you're gonna have to start wearing other schools.
Well, I am actually employed, to coach at one school and to teach at another. So,
look, to me, that sounds like you're a free agent.
I have allegiances.
I feel like we can work some deals.
But I'll rock some Creek wrestling gear though. Now, don't get it twisted. I'll rock some gear all day.
You show up, I got you. I will take care of you.
All day, brother.
As long as you don't show up wearing May River or something. If it says I love Ashley Powell, I'm out.
Kyle hasn't hooked me up with anything yet. I got some May River soccer gear. I got some other stuff, but baseball gear. But I don't have any.
I told Dixon I'm getting a shirt that says I'm here for the ref.
Yes.
That'd be Dixon. Dixon, on the subject of Dixon, he is great about teaching the kids the ways of our sport.
Oh, absolutely.
Not just the kids. At the middle school level, we had our first call out match, just a jamboree or whatever you want to call it, scrimmage, on Monday. And he gave about a 10-minute dissertation, called out my son, Truman, and his little scrapping partner, Trent. And they had to do a whole demonstration where he explained the whole scoring system and everything. I'm not sure that they were understanding it any better after than they were before, but he made a valiant effort.
Well, and he came to us, I think it was last week, he came and did a little rules clinic for us.
Yeah.
And, the kids are all into it at first, and then they're like.
he gets a little inside baseball pretty fast.
I got a kid counting tiles, like.
He gets a little inside baseball pretty quick when he gets caught up.
Oh, yeah.
But he's great. He's a great ambassador for the sport. Super knowledgeable. I always check with him to see what rules I don't know. What are the new rules I don't know, George? Let me know.
But we had an issue tonight where, weigh-ins and all that kind of stuff. Hydration for high school is tough. So we have kids that weigh like 165. Could go to 165, but hydration says 165.4, and so he can't go down. And it's because it's one of those things that I get it. It's a safety, it's a descent plan, but when you're looking at the quarters and dimes of it, you're like,
you can't round it down.
Yeah,
you can't round it down from 0.4.
No, and that's the thing. So like we had 3 kids out that I could have at a lower weight class, but because of this, they weren't able to drop.
Right.
So I had to send them out tonight because you don't want to mess up their weights for later.
Yeah. I mean, it's still net good because you and I both know that there were people doing some pretty unhealthy things back in our day as far as weight cutting goes.
Well, they added hydration when I started. Like my freshman year was the first year hydration, but there weren't really the rules. So as long as you hydrated, you could drop to that tomorrow.
Right.
And I cut from 52 to 30 because the hydration testing, you used to be able to do hydration at the end of the last year. So in April or May, I could hydrate for the next upcoming season.
Right.
Well, I hydrated and grew 6 inches that summer. And my coach comes to me and says, he goes, Rutherford, there's no one at 30. You got a senior at 40 and a senior at 35. All right, I guess I'm going 30 and cut from 52 down to 30.
Ooh, that's a rough cut. That's a rough cut.
Yeah. You show your hair picture. I'll show you a picture of me looking like the wind knocks me over.
Just walking around with trash bags inside your sweats all the time.
Trash bags became illegal, but Simon suits wide open.
In the field, man. Just a wooden stick in the field.
Yeah, I'm really showing my age because not only we did not have hydration and we absolutely used trash bags.
Well, and the problem was people don't know. I'm not saying there was a time or a place where a trash bag was brought out, but coach was not about the trash bags.
Our coach was not about the trash bags either, but he also was about you making weight. And what he didn't know, he didn't need to know how you made weight. He made that pretty clear.
Yeah,
you just
gotta make it.
Yeah. If you're going to wear trash bags and go run laps around the school in the middle of class, please don't let anybody see the trash bags under your clothes.
Oh, absolutely. And you did not want to hear it at all. You didn't want to hear a swish swash or nothing. I can remember there's a kid start warming up, you hear and our coach, hey, Sean, you might need to go to the bathroom.
Swishing.
Yeah. Well, then it switched to sauna suits, and everyone was taping up the sauna suits, and I don't miss those days.
We did some stupid things.
Well, I told the kids, that's why we have matches, because practice is not fun.
No.
Even wrestling is not fun. Only winning is fun.
I think today was the first day that our kids at McCracken realized that this wasn't going to be fun anymore.
Hey, we don't play games in this team.
What's that?
We don't play games. All we do is run and work out.
Yeah, like today I think was when they realized, like, oh, our coaches are really competitive, and they really don't want us to lose.
Not at all.
We kind of got after it today. So it was good, though. They responded. They looked a little deer in the headlights at first, like, whoa, this just ratcheted up a little bit. And I said, look, here's the reality. If y'all want to win, we gotta pick up the intensity and the focus. This is not going to go. So
well, I think Robert Smalls is their first home match tomorrow. So
that's against us.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it, but we'll see. We'll see. I might have to swing in there and call.
How the Generals looking this year?
From what I hear, they're looking pretty good. They're small. I mean, it's
they're young, right?
They're real young. I took a lot of good talent, which I'm really grateful for.
How many of those guys are in your lineup? You got Schuler in there?
Schuler is one of the guys on the dissension plan.
He's a dog, bro.
Him and Martinez. Now, Schuler did get a match tonight. Schuler pinned his guy, I think, in the first period. Martinez will be back Friday.
Schuler's my guy.
Yeah, I love Schuler. He wants to get better every day.
How about Benke? Is Benke under 285? Did he outgrow wrestling?
Binky's working on it. Binky's on the dissension plan as well.
He's on the dissension plan to wrestle heavyweight. I love it.
Hey, Binky might be one of my favorite people in the world. He is just
the greatest.
He will do anything without a question. He filmed tonight.
I owe that man a couple PB&Js too.
He made me a dinner tonight. He cooked me chicken, rice, and egg. I don't even know what it was. Brought it to me before the match after weigh-ins and goes, here, coach, you want something to eat? I made one for all the coaches. I'm going to tell you right now, he doesn't have to wrestle a match for me in his career, and he's already my favorite.
He's the greatest, man. He's the greatest. That kid is so awesome. I remember him. I was like, man, I'm hungry. And he's like, do you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? And I was like, sure. And he's like, do you want white bread or wheat bread? Like, do you want grape or strawberry? He had options at the wrestling tournament.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Let me look. Perez, Anthony Perez, little 1-0. He started for us on 106th night. Went, I believe, if I'm reading my calendar right, or
my son pinned him last year.
Yeah, he went 2-1. So,
way to go, Perez! I love Perez. I watched Perez lose to a girl last year too.
Well, he had a girl first match of the year for him. He got a forfeit against Bridges, and then got a girl from Will Branch, and he did not make that mistake twice.
Yeah. No, he messed up against this little girl up at sectionals or whatever.
Yeah, he came out hungry. A little Christopher Washington got a prelim, or George calls me. It's a JV match. I gotta learn my terms now.
Prelim.
It's no longer prelims or exhibitions that have JV matches. So, but yeah. So hopefully this weekend too, I'll get to wrestle. And we got our girls are coming out in fire on Saturday, so that's gonna be exciting.
Nice. Very good. Well, hey, thanks, man, for making a little time for us. I know it's a late night. Back on the grind tomorrow, but we appreciate you, and congrats on the wins tonight.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Take care, brother. Coach Alex, a.k.a. John Rutherford, Battery Creek Wrestling. Great dude. Just a great dude.
Oh, fantastic.
one of the many that we are just so fortunate to have, molding our young people in our community.
Yeah.
He's making a big difference over there. And I'm excited to hear that some of those boys that we got to know last year on the middle school circuit are doing well for him as freshmen. I knew they're going to help him. So, and I'm glad to know they're all gone and we don't have to face them tomorrow night. It was dogs, man. All right. Well, I think we're coming toward the close here. Looks like Wes fell out on me.
Wes has struggled tonight.
Wes went into the ether.
He's still dealing with some internet gremlins. Let me check and see if
he went into the lights. He's in the green room, he says. I guess he can't add himself. What's up, buddy? You there, Wes?
That'd be a no, unfortunately.
Well, he texted us and said he was in the green room.
Yeah, he did. I don't know what's going on. He's having a rough night with this.
Yeah, his technology is failing him tonight. But the Loco Booster Club supports us, so please support them if you have the occasion. Court Lifestyle Pros, Daniel and Debbie Court, are with Charter One Realty. They want to bring you home to Hilton Head Island. Eagle Creations has promotional items and custom apparel, plus much more. Go check out their showroom on Argent Boulevard to see what they can do for you. Jay's Barbershop, place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. Go in for the conversation you might see one time. Saw him at school today after seeing him at the basketball game last night. Love me some one time. Jay's Barbershop, go get your ears lowered. Get looking good. Barefoot Floor Care, the Low Country. Floors so clean, your feet will thank you. Hudson's Seafood House on the Docks, presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. I was back on again tonight. Had a great show. It was fun with Bob Stevens and Rich Basirko. Go check that out. And Hurricane Sports Cafe, place to be in Hampton if you're hungry or thirsty. Go in and tell them hi from the guys at Lowco. Wes, you there? Bueller?
Still no.
Bueller? Seems like gremlin. But Max, you got a parting thought?
I am trying to get it up now. I was going to give you my uniform of the week, but I think we'll wait until tomorrow for that.
Okay.
To give some intrigue to people. But I will say I was very happy after the show last night because the Clemson Tigers men's basketball team defeated number 4 Kentucky 70-66 last night at Little John Coliseum in Clemson. I was a happy man last night because I think this is their 4th straight win versus an AP top 5 opponent, which is really interesting. And it's their 4th straight win against a non-conference AP top 5. So Brad Brownell and that Clemson program has really stepped in high gear. Wes said last night they're one of the best underrated teams right now in the country. And I couldn't agree more after what I saw last night. And by the way, in the ACC SEC Challenge, that was the only win for the ACC last night. They went 1-9 last night in the ACC SEC Challenge. But there is a good one going on tonight. I believe Alabama is taking on North Carolina. So 10th ranked versus 20 ranked.
Yeah, that one already went down, and Bama rolled. The Tide rolled.
Yeah, big time. Wow.
High Tide.
Yeah. I didn't see that game, so I'll have to watch it later. But
you know who was in attendance for that one tonight was my boss, the head Hurricane, Mr. Rayleigh. Yeah, he was there for the game because he took his son up, Jackson, for a soccer visit to UNC, and made it coincide with the Tide being in town because he's a big Tide guy. He was just at the Iron Bowl. And then tonight he was at that game. And
another big one going on.
Just up the road, we got another good one going right now.
Duke and Auburn.
Auburn, 45-38. Top 10.
That's a great matchup. I can't wait for that. Really Kansas is currently trailing Creighton right now. Looks like they're going to lose that game too. The number 1 team in the country is going to lose 70. Currently, the score is 76-63 in favor of Creighton with 42 seconds left in the game. So that game is over. And number 1 Kansas will lose tonight to
Creighton.
The Jays of Creighton, man. Creighton, excuse me.
Rock Chalk Chicken Hawk Bleep KU.
Yep. But KU's got a big game coming up too. I believe they are playing Mizzou. Are they not?
Are we playing each other?
I think you guys
are. We haven't played each other in ages.
Let me check real quick.
Time.
Yes, December 8th at 1 p.m. Kansas will be taking on Mizzou. Big old Missouri.
Let's go.
That should be a fun game to watch. Missouri had a great game last night, too. They had a
really
good game.
Played really well.
California. So that should be a good game coming up. That will be Kansas's next game on the 8th. I believe that's Friday. No, that is on Sunday. Sunday game. Ooh, interesting. And then let's see, what other games are there on tonight? UConn barely won tonight, playing Baylor tonight. Baylor, the 15th ranked team. UConn barely in the rankings after that horrific showing at the Maui Invitational. 76-72 in favor of UConn tonight over the Bears of Baylor. But I don't know if anyone else has seen it, for those of you watching, but if you saw the press conference Dan Hurley had after the Maui Invitational, he just put it this way, he wasn't very very happy and said we would never do a 3-game tournament again as long as he's the head coach, which I don't know why you wouldn't.
He was such a baby about that whole thing, though.
He was a baby. You lose. Losing streaks happen. Yeah, great. You're the back-to-back national champions. That's fantastic. Every national championship teams lose at some point, you know? Like, it's so ridiculous. He was just, yeah, it was just so petty from him. Just real petty. And it was so annoying to pay attention to. And I think what really tipped them off was they lost to Dayton, which that's a very good Dayton team. So I don't know why UConn should be that mad. Dayton's beaten teams like Kansas and UConn and other top ranked teams over the last few years. They've been one of those programs in the A10, the Atlantic 10 conference that has put some hurt on some teams. So yeah,
that's just really good conference.
Yeah, it's a great conference. I love watching Dayton men's basketball. I have some family that were either a teacher, a professor, or be a student at the University of Dayton. So I have some ties to the Flyers of Dayton, and so I do love watching my Dayton Flyers basketball every now and then. It is fun to watch. But yeah, you know, just real petty, and so. But I think those are the scores for the basketball tonight, and then I believe starting on Thursday potentially will be the first of conference championship games for football. I'll have to take a look.
We got one Thursday?
Potentially. I know there's one on Friday, but I can't remember which one it is. Let me check here real quick. Sixth. Oh, all right. So none on Thursday. We got three on Friday. Western Kentucky and Jacksonville State for the Conference USA Championship. The big one on Friday night. UNLV, number 19 in the country, takes on the 10th ranked team Boise State in the Mountain West Championship. And then another big one, Tulane takes on 24th ranked Army for the American Athletic Championships. So a game at 7 o'clock, 2 games at 8 o'clock, and then on Saturday we have all the big ones going down for conference championships.
You know what I hadn't even thought about, but it's gonna. If UNLV beats Boise State, that would create chaos because that would knock
especially
Boise
for
State
who
out.
who would be that group of 5 team to get in, and
wait, so do they automatically get one in, or they have to be in the top 12?
I believe it's one that automatically gets in, if I'm not mistaken. There has to be one group of 5 team, from what I believe.
I thought they had to be ranked, that they couldn't be denied if they were ranked in the top 12, but I could be wrong.
Well, I don't know, but I will say this: I saw
that could throw it in. That could mess things up big time.
Well, I'll tell you this: I did see the college football rankings, and we talked about it last night with Alabama.
Yeah.
If you look at Miami, they have basically no path of making it into the playoffs at this point. They've been screwed over. I don't trust Miami. I still think Miami should have gotten in over Bama.
I think they do have one very narrow path, but it involves UNLV beating Boise State and no group of fives getting in and a bunch of weird stuff. And also and it would involve Clemson losing and then possibly somebody else like Georgia getting blown out by Texas so bad that they couldn't put them in, or like something weird would have to happen, I think. But I don't see any way Carolina gets in though.
But the problem is, I don't think Carolina gets in at this point, but I would have put them over both Miami and Alabama because they've been the best looking team out of those three teams, in my opinion. Over the last 6 or 7 games.
If I were in
Carolina's been the best looking team.
If I were in charge, I think I would have made a rule that you can't get in to the playoff with 3 losses unless you're in your conference championship game. And it would have just fixed a lot of things, but it also would have encouraged people to weaken their schedules.
But here's the problem. There are so many 3-loss teams.
Yeah, I know, but
it would have made it difficult.
No, you would just have to take Miami. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult.
That's the other thing. At this point, you can't flip Bama and Miami.
No, I know. I know. They already made their bed.
At this point, I don't know what is the playoff committee see in Bama. I don't see anything in them right now.
They see ratings, Bo.
I don't care. Like
they
that's
see ratings.
Not what
it's a TV show first and foremost. You have to remember that. It is a TV show first and foremost. Now, Miami fans are rightfully mad, I think, because their strength schedule is not great, but they have 2 losses by a combined 9 points. And I know those losses are to not great teams, but Syracuse was not a chump team, and it was on the road.
They have a quarterback who leads the nation in passing yards.
Yeah, and Georgia Tech should have beat Georgia and went 8 rounds of overtime with them.
Look, Georgia Tech wasn't. I kind of saw there was a chance Georgia Tech would beat Miami because Georgia Tech's been known this past couple of seasons to be that team that knows how to get the job done against teams. So I wasn't shocked by it. Syracuse, I wasn't shocked by either because that place, that dome is so difficult to play in.
I know Alabama has played a stronger schedule overall. I think we get a little too caught up in strength of schedule because
they lost. They got their butt kicked by Oklahoma.
I know. That's the thing is if we're talking about
butt kicked by Oklahoma and they lost to Vanderbilt.
Right. If we're talking about losses, Miami's losses are better than Alabama's, and they have fewer of them. So I just
I don't understand it.
When I did it myself, I had Miami in. I had Miami kind of.
I would have put Miami in over Bama, but I also
I had them at 9. I had them ahead of Tennessee. What's Tennessee done better than Miami?
Nothing.
What's Indiana done better than Miami? Nothing. Indiana hasn't beaten anyone.
No.
So I don't know.
It would have been great if they made the Big Ten championship game and see if they could take on potentially Penn State or Oregon.
Yeah.
But
that's part of the problem with these massive conferences is we don't even really have a lot of confidence that we're crowning a real champion because they don't even play the same schedule during the regular season. So, like the whole SMU Miami Clemson ordeal. I don't know. It's a mess.
Which could have been realistically interesting.
We either need to go to 8 teams or we need to go to 16, one or the other. 12 does not seem to be the number. But 8's going to squeeze people out and make it even harder for anybody that's not a marquee name.
And I think that's why they moved on from 4 because 4 is just too small of a number in my opinion.
It was.
It's just I don't know. I think if I'm sitting in the playoff committee, I'd be asking myself, why did we put Bama in over Miami? Because Bama's got 3 losses, and those 3 losses, one of them wasn't close to an unranked opponent.
Right.
A Oklahoma team that has struggled pretty much all season long.
Mizzou beat them with their backup quarterback.
Yeah, exactly my point. Like, they got smoked. And Jalen Milroe played that entire game for Bama.
3 points.
Yeah. 3 points from Jalen Milroe, who's supposed to be one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the country right now. But
I kind of hate it because it's kind of soiled my whole feeling about the whole thing a little bit. And I hate that because – and then the thing that I hate the most is if the bracket holds like it is right now, Alabama's going to the freaking semis. They're going to –
I don't think Bama gets in. I don't think they get in. I think they're going to be washed out. In my opinion,
Clemson's going to –
Arizona – because Arizona –
Arizona State will take the 12.
Yeah.
The Big 12 champ will take the 12. And then for Alabama to get bumped out, I think what would have to happen is Clemson would have to win, but SMU stay ranked ahead of Bama. And I don't trust the committee to do that.
No, because they love Bama so much because,
But like I think it would be egregious to leave a 2-loss team who lost in their conference championship out in favor of a 3-loss Alabama.
Also,
I think that would be absolutely egregious.
The other thing SMU would have over Bama is their 2 losses would have been to ranked opponents.
Right, and one in the championship
team. Which, if I'm not mistaken, that BYU game was on the road at BYU. I'm pretty sure. Let me check.
You're right. So yeah, it will be an interesting conundrum this weekend. We will look forward to watching football games in between basketball games or football games in between basketball games and wrestling.
Oh no, that was a home game for SMU. It was only a 3-point game too.
Yeah,
like I only lost by 3 to a BYU team that was ranked at the time and playing pretty good football. Yeah. Their only other loss would potentially be to a Clemson team that, yes, hasn't been great this year, but they have been ranked and have had some stretches of really good football.
Yeah, and it would be in conference championship.
I would 100% put SMU over Bama, but the problem is I don't think the playoff committee would.
I don't know if they would either. They definitely don't seem to favor the ACC.
Oh, they favor Bama any chance they can. If they're going to give Bama a chance to make the playoffs, they're going to give it to them because it's Alabama. But this isn't the Alabama team that we all knew and love anymore. This is the different program, different.
I never loved them.
No, but people did. We don't love them, but there are people who did.
They're just the Yankees or the Lakers. They're the team that everybody either loves or hates. The Cowboys. If you don't love them,
the difference between the Cowboys and the Crimson Tide is the Cowboys can't play football.
Yeah, so. I guess it's the Chiefs now. I guess the Chiefs are the new Cowboys in the sense that you either love them or you hate them. There's not a lot of people in between.
I mean, you still either love or hate the Dallas Cowboys. It's just the Dallas Cowboys can't play football.
Right, but they're irrelevant. Yeah, the Patriots were the same way for the longest time, and now they're irrelevant. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think we've done enough tonight, my friend. We shall call it a night. But thanks to Coach Rutherford for jumping in with this. Thanks a lot to Wes's Gremlins for keeping him out, jerks. Thanks to Marcus Walsh as well. He was out reporting on the Hilton Head Prep game tonight. He's going to join us another night to tell us what he saw in the Hilton Head Prep JP2 boys game. And thanks to all of our sponsors, especially the OGs and the All-Stars Mickelson Law Firm. And for what you laughing at?
Another Wesker joke.
The Gremlins?
Yeah,
that was a good one. Those dang Gremlins.
Poor Wes, man.
But, thanks to all of you for showing up to listen or watch. We'll come back and do it again tomorrow night just for you. So for Wes Kerr, who has departed via Gremlins, and Max Araj, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until tomorrow night, go Loco.
The Loco Sports Lowdown podcast is a production of Loco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Loco.